looking at types of political parties. Please, if you are new to this channel or you've not yet subscribed, please hit on the subscribe button so that you can have access to more of these tutorials. It's free. Just hit on the subscribe button so whenever we upload any subject, you get it directly in your phone. We want to take the classroom to your mobile phone, so please click on the subscribe button. You can also click on the like button. The subscribe button is below. You can see it. It is normally in red, so when you click, if you've subscribed, it will turn to black. So please click on the subscribe button. So we are still looking at types of political parties. Now, having looked at the various types we have, another forms of political party or types of political parties, we have missionary or religious parties. These are forms based on religious doctrines, and they appeal to religious sentiment in order to win vote. Members of these political parties are mainly religious fanatics and they born again. So another types of political party is a religious party, or what we call a missionary or religious parties. These are political parties that are based on the doctrines of religions. They normally appeal to the religious sentiment in order to win elections. So an example of a religious based party or missionary party like the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt is an example of a missionary or religious based parties. You also have what we call charismatic or personality parties. These are political parties formed or led by individuals with charisma. They revolved around the personal qualities of their leaders. At times, the death of their leaders leads to the end of the parties or decline of their electoral success. Examples of these political parties may include, you have the TANU party in Tanzania led by Julius Nyerere. You have the UPN with late Chief Amurku, and also as a leader you have the NPP under the leadership of Dr. Nami Azuki from Nigeria. Then of course you also have like the NCSL, the National Council of Sierra Leone, that was led by Dr. Bankole Bright from the 1950. So you look at these were political parties that were formed around charismatic or personality of that person. So immediately the demise or the death of that person, that comes to the existence of that political party. We also have what we call ideological parties. These are political parties which are based on different political ideologies or beliefs, which form the basis of existence of these parties. Example, you have the Communist Party of Russia and the Chinese. These are political parties that are formed on ideological parties. So therefore we have an elite party, we have the mass party, we have a broker party, we have missionary or religious party, we have charismatic or personality parties. We also have what we call ideological parties. These are the different types of political parties that we have. So please don't forget to hit on the subscribe button. If you have done so, it's okay. If you have not done so, please hit on the subscribe button. Now let's look at the functions of political parties or reason for the formation of political parties. Why political parties are being formed? What are the functions of political parties? So one, political parties help to select and appoint leaders and personnel for government of a country through election process. So one in good aspect of a political parties, it helps to select and appoint leaders who at the end of the day will able to run or govern the country through an election process. Then also the electorate of a country are educated by political parties through their political rallies, which make them to know their political rights. The citizens can only have the ability to know their political rights through political parties, because these political parties will be conducting political rallies, they're having political conferences and all those things. So through that, the citizens will be able to know their political rights. Then of course political parties play the role of stimulating and arousing the interest of the electorate in participating in elections by performing their civic responsibility of voting. Is another reason why they form political parties. Political parties serve as a bridge that connects and makes it possible for people of a country to get nearer the government with their numerous problems. So the political parties, it brings the people closer to the government. Then of course they played important control of what? Important role of dissemination of information on governmental policies to the members of the public, thereby bridging the communication gap between the government and the governed. That is also another significant aspect of the existence of political parties. Political parties also serve as organization for the running of government, the absence of which makes them for orderly political atmosphere that leads to political instability. The existence of political party provides the electorate possible options of choosing good leaders for the people of a country. Then political party serves as uniting factor for sectional interests and bridge the distance gap between people of a country which cut across ethnic or religious lines, thus promoting national unity. So another very important aspect of a political party is that the political party cut across regional lines. So what happens? It bridges the gap between different religious groups, different ethnic groups within the countries. Because if you look at this political party, for instance, the Sierra Leone People's Party in Sierra Leone, the All People's Congress, the APC in Sierra Leone, you discover that most of these political parties, they have different religious groups, they have different ethnic groups. So what happens? It helps to bring national unity and also political stability. Of course, political stability political parties help to select and appoint leaders, and these people in turn will now govern the state. Of course, the political party is also important because what? It bridges that connections and make it possible for the people of a country to get nearer to the government with their numerous problems. Because at the end of the day, the political parties have to liaise with the citizens, to liaise with the party members, what are the problems and challenges. So based on that, government will able to address some of them, if not all of them. Then of course the existence of political party provide the electoral process an option of choosing good leaders for the people of a country. Because there is no political parties, it is going to be difficult, if not cumbersome, for the citizens to have an alternative means of choosing a government. But with the existence of political parties, it's provide the provisions, it provide the platform for the citizens or the electorate to have the possible option of choosing a good leader for the country. So these are some of the importance of political parties within a country, or why we form political parties. So we're still looking at the significance of political parties or the functions of political parties. We say in order to win future elections, political parties persuade their members who are in power to be accountable to the electorate who have the power of rejecting them in any future elections. Then of course political parties discipline their go-astray members, which makes them to be more responsive to their higher duties and to the needs of the people. Political parties not in power act as watchdogs to the one in power and provide constructive criticism to the government of a country. Of course, the party manifestos help government of a country in formulating policies. The existence of political parties in countries help to streamline divergent public opinions. Political parties act as agents of innovations and inventions and modernizations and change, which serve as strategies for winning elections. They help government in power to carry out its policies and implement its decisions if they are for the good of the people. Without the existence of political parties, the conduct of election could have been disorderly, unorganized, and less interesting. Finally, political parties perform welfare